Hello friends, this is Dharmin Patel. Welcome to the lecture series of Mathematics 2. In this lecture, we will discuss about the convolution property and second shifting property in the Laplace transformation. These are very important topics according to the syllabus of Mathematics 2. Let us start with the convolution property of the Laplace transformation. Before starting this property, we understand about the what is a convolution. Actually, convolution is a binary operation between two functions, and a convolution of two functions ft and gt is defined as f star g, and it is an integration 0 to t fx g of t minus x dx. Here we are taking the integration of fx and g of t minus x with respect to x, and during the convolution integration t is constant. These are the some properties of convolution operation. F star g equal to g star f, that means convolution is a commutative. F star g plus or minus h can be written as f star g plus or minus f star h. That is the distributive property. F star g star h equal to f star g star h. That is the associative property of convolution. Now we will see some examples of convolution property. Here find the 1 star t. Here we can see that f star g equal to 1 star t. Now f star g is integration 0 to t ft fx into g of t minus x dx. Now we can say that ft equal to 1 and gt equal to t. Therefore fx becomes 1 and g of t minus x equal to t minus x. Now f star g equal to integration 0 to t 1 into t minus x dx. Now after integrating we get the t minus x whole square upon minus 2 and put the limit 0 to t. After putting the limit we get the upper limit is 0 and lower limit is t square by minus 2. Then after simplifying we get the answer is t square by 2. So we can say that 1 star t equal to t square by 2. Let us see second example. 1 star 1 is what? Now here 1 star 1 is f star g, and f star g is equal to integration 0 to t fx g of t minus x dx. Now fx and gx, that means ft and gt both are 1. So fx is also 1 and g of t minus x is also 1. So after putting in the convolution integration, we have an integration 0 to t 1 dx. That means our integration is x from 0 to t limit. Now our f star g is t. So finally we have a 1 star 1 is t. Now we have a question why we are studying convolution property in Laplace transformation. Here if we have a L inverse of 1 upon s square plus b into 1 upon s minus a. So now can we write L inverse of 1 upon s square plus b into 1 upon s minus a equal to L inverse of 1 upon s square plus b into L inverse of s minus a? Actually they are not equal. So we can't compare these two terms. Here to find this type of inverse Laplace transform, we have to use the convolution theorem in Laplace transformation, which is as if Laplace of ft is fs and Laplace of gt is gs, then inverse Laplace of fs into gs equal to f star g. That means integration 0 to t f of x into g of t minus x dx. Now we will see some examples related to convolution theorem. Let us see first example. L inverse s upon s minus 2 into s square plus 1. Now we can rewrite this example as L inverse of 1 upon s minus 2 into s upon s square plus 1. Now can we write this term as product of these two L inverse? That is actually wrong. Here we have to apply the convolution between these two terms. So we have to apply here convolution. theorem. Now first term is a Laplace of e raised to 2t and second term is a Laplace of cos t. So we have a e raised to 2t star cos t. Now we have a L inverse of s upon s minus 2 into s square plus 1 equal to e raised to 2t cos star cos t. Here we can rewrite as cos t star e raised to 2t because f star g equal to g star f. Now that is our f star g. Now we will apply the convolution integration. Here ft is cos t, therefore fx equal to cos x and gt is e raised to 2t. So g of t minus x equal to e raised to 2 times t minus x. That can be rewrite as e raised to 2t into e raised to minus 2x. Now we will apply the convolution integration 0 to t fx g of t minus x dx. Now we put the for fx and g of t minus x value in this integration, then f star g becomes integration 0 to t cos x e raised to 2t sin e raised to minus 2x. Here e raised to 2t is constant during the convolution integration because we are taking the integration with respect to x. Now we will find the convolution integration as this type. Here f star g equal to integration 0 to t, and we can take the e raised to 2t common because our integration is only with respect to x, so e raised to 2t common outside and our integration will be e raised to minus 2x cos x. Now after applying the known formula of e raised to ax cos bx, we get the e raised to 2t integration of this term will be e raised to minus 2x upon minus 2 whole square plus 1 into minus 2 cos x sin x, which is a known formula of integration, and we put the limit 0 to t. After putting the limit, upper limit, after putting the upper limit, we get e raised to 2t, e raised to minus 2t upon 4 plus 1 minus 2 cos t plus sin t, which is our upper limit, minus lower limit is e raised to 0 upon 4 plus 1 into minus 2 cos 0 plus sin 0. As we know that sin 0 is 0, so finally after simplifying this term we get e raised to 2t into e raised to minus 2t by 5 minus 2 cos t plus sin t minus 2 upon 5, and now we get e raised to 2t was cancelled. Then finally we get 1 by 5 sin t minus 2 cos t by e raised to 2t. So this is our final term of convolution theorem, f star g. Now we have a 1 by 5 sin t minus 2 cos t plus 2 e raised to 2t, which is our answer of this inverse Laplace by convolution theorem. Now we will see the second shifting property in Laplace transformation. Before starting this property, we have to understand what is a unit step function or Heaviside function. The unit step function is denoted as u of t minus a, or Heaviside function is denoted as h of t minus a, and it is defined as 0 for t less than a and 1 for t greater than or equal to a. Here we can draw the graph of this function. Here 0 to a is our range, then function's value will be 0 for 0 to t less than a, and for t greater than or equal to a it is 1. So graph is on the screen. Now we want to find the Laplace of unit step function. Here we can easily find the Laplace of unit step function by definition of Laplace transformation. So its Laplace of unit step function or Laplace of Heaviside function is e raised to minus as upon s. Now we will see the second shifting theorem or t-shifting theorem in Laplace transform. Here theorem is L inverse f bar s equal to f of t, then L inverse of e raised to minus as fs equal to f of t minus a h of t minus a, or it can be rewritten as Laplace of ft equal to fs, then Laplace of f of t minus a equal to h of t minus a equal to e raised to minus as fs, where fs is a Laplace of ft for t greater than or equal to 0. Sometime we apply this formula for examples. Here Laplace of ft into Heaviside function t minus a equal to e raised to minus as into Laplace of f of t plus a. Now we will see the example. Here Laplace of unit step function or Heaviside function t minus 3 e raised to t. How to solve this question? So first of all, we apply the second shifting property, which is Laplace of ft equal to fs, then Laplace of f of t minus a h of t minus a equal to e raised to minus as into fs, where a is positive. Now here our function is not exactly matched with the f of t minus a. Our function is in the term of f of t. So we can modify our formula. First of all, we compare the question with the theorem. Here f of t minus a equal to h of t minus a, that implies a equal to 3. ft is e raised to t, so f of t plus a is equal to f of t plus 3 because a equal to 3, so it can be rewritten as e raised to t into e cube. Now we apply this formula for Laplace of ft into Heaviside function of t minus a equal to e raised to minus as into Laplace of f of t plus a. Here we have a f of t plus a, which is e raised to t into e cube. Now we put the value of a and Heaviside function in our formula. Then we have a Laplace of e raised to t into h of t minus 3 equal to e raised to minus 3s, because our a value is 3 and we want to find the Laplace of f of t plus 3, that is equal to e raised to minus 3s into Laplace of e cube into e raised to t. Here e raised to 3 is common outside because it is constant, and we want to find the Laplace of f of t plus 3. Let us see how to find the Laplace of t plus 3 in this function. Here we will find the Laplace of f of t plus 3, which is obtained as Laplace of e raised to 3 into e raised to t. Here e raised to 3 is common. Then we have a Laplace of e raised to t, and that is equal to e cube upon s minus 1, which is a Laplace of e raised to t. Now Laplace of e raised to t h of t minus 3 is equal to e raised to minus 3s into Laplace of e cube into e raised to t, which is already found here. Now e raised to minus 3s into e cube into Laplace of e raised to t, which is 1 upon s minus 1, that is equal to e raised to minus 3 into s minus 1 upon s minus 1. Therefore, Laplace of e raised to t h of t minus 3 equal to e raised to minus 3 s minus 1 upon s minus 1. That is our final answer. So our final answer is e raised to minus 3 s minus 1 upon s minus 1. For the inverse Laplace transform in the second shifting property, we will use L inverse of e raised to minus as fs equal to f of t minus a h of t minus a formula. So here we studied about convolution and second shifting property of the Laplace transformation. In the next lecture, we will discuss about the how to use Laplace transformation to solve second and higher order ordinary linear differential equation. Thank you very much.